Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the top 30 cryptocurrencies by market cap. We're going to start with Litecoin at number 1, followed by DOT, Monero, BGB, PEPE, Uni, Pi, and then we ending with AAVE number 30. Let's get straight into it. Litecoin against USD. So here we are for Litecoin. Anything for us to work with? Not really though. There's nothing much happening for Litecoin. It's just not as volatile as we would expect. If like Litecoin rises up here and we continue higher, great. So we'll take a trade. But as it stands, yeah, there's just no. The chart pattern just really isn't that good. Let's just put it at that. Polkadot against USD. Here we are for Polkadot. Anything for Polkadot? Polkadot is kind of set in the sense that we keep forming lower lows, lower low. Who's to say that we won't get another lower low? Is there a possibility? Yes. So what's the best case scenario? We break above the skinny pink line. We form something like an inverse head and shoulders. Bam! We go back to 30 bucks. Oh, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, again, as it stands, it's just we just don't know whether if we're going to be dropping any lower, right? Because we're still under the skinny pink line. So the trend is still bearish for Polkadot. Monero against USD. So Monero did fantastic, hitting all 3 of the targets which we had. Accumulation, breakout, target 1, consolidation again, pump, hit target number 2, consolidated a little bit, pump, hit target number 3. That's it. Trade is gone. It's done. So this is how you identify accumulation and the breakout. So even if things have already broken out and it has already hit target number 1, there are still 2 more targets that could still be hit. So yeah, volatility, it might take some time though. This could be what's happening for Litecoin that we just saw. There could be a break, but we need to see the break first, right? And then a consolidation, this is where we consider going in, and then we take a write up for Litecoin if and when it happens. BGB against USD. So BitGet is not behaving the way we anticipated to. There was a squeeze over here. We broke out. We broke back down. So it's like, what's happening, BitGet? We're still above the skinny pink line though. So the trend is still largely bullish for BitGet. PEPE against USD. Here we are for PEPE. PEPE is marking around the skinny pink line. Again, it's just nothing too clear for us for PEPE. We could get mountains over here. Could be a very big collapse, or PEPE could be accumulating here to break higher. Either one. So yeah, just nothing much for PEPE at this point of time. Uniswap seems to be coming back to life, but we're hitting the skinny pink line. We have to break above the skinny pink line. Stay above it. Skinny pink line curves up. And pump, we continue higher for Uniswap. Is Uniswap a solid project? Of course. Of course, it's a solid project. So yeah, if you look at it on the BTC pair, you see that Uniswap had a squeeze. There was a squeeze that came, right? Lower highs. High low, high low, high low, high low. Squeeze, ladies and gentlemen. Breakout. If this is what you call a bullish continuation chart pattern. Preceding trend, bullish. Subsequent one, bullish as well. But we're still under the skinny pink line. So the trend is still largely bearish for Uniswap, especially against Bitcoin. You want to see strength against Bitcoin, but we don't see it yet on Uniswap. So I would preach caution. Pi against USD. So here we are for Pi. Again, not too sure if this is going to be a head and shoulders though. Right. Could we zip lower? Or could we see a breakout for Pi over here? Again, we're not too sure. There's just nothing much for us to work with for Pi. The previous time when it went banana, it came back down again, back to square one. Which means that there's actually strong selling pressure. So yeah, again, nothing much for us to work with. I wish there was more for us to work with, right? But you can see that there is a constriction happening over here. So usually when there's a constriction, there will be a very big expansion. So we're also anticipating a possible expansion to come for AAVE against USD. Here we are for AAVE. Okay, so AAVE is much better than Uniswap in the sense that AAVE is above the skinny pink line. So the trend is still largely bullish for AAVE. I suspect that AAVE might be about to reverse back down though. So yeah, again, we're hitting the top of the medium trend here. Very noisy area. So I'm assuming that 300 is going to prove to be a very strong resistance area. If we manage to break out, this will be a very strong, what area should it drop? Right. So yeah, again, that's AAVE for you. Nothing much for us to work with. Best case scenario, we squeeze and we break out. But yeah, again, there's just nothing much for us to work with on the top 30. Top 10, yes. Top 20, yes. Top 40 tomorrow, yes. But top 30, just quite lackluster, I'd say. So yeah, there we go. All right, hope you guys have a great Wednesday. See you in the next one. Ta-ta.